Hello and welcome to this video. I'm going to be showing you how to get started with cue points and sequences in Director Radio Automation. When you've loaded up Director, head over to the sequence editor by hitting the sequence button on the right hand side of your screen. Here you can see the sequence editor. Now, sequences are made up of four main parts: the intro, the separator, the outro, and the rotation element. The first thing we need to do is to set up a rotation element to be used in the sequence. Head over to the rotation window, hit add new, call it whatever you want, and browse to the file where the music you want to use or audio you want to use is stored. I'm going to use my C list, but you could use anything. It could be for movie trailers or spot sets or song of the week. When you set up your rotation element, head back to the sequence editor. Now we can begin to set our intro. So I'll have a ident for my intro. Our separator, I'll have a stab, and again another ident for the outro. Now what we have to do is to select our rotation element and decide how many times we want it to be inserted into the sequence. I'll select 2, so the order will be intro, rotation element, separator, rotation element, outro. When you're happy with your sequence, make sure you save it to somewhere you remember. Now what you've got to do is head over to the events scheduler, which you'll see is broken down into 3 main parts. The top is the create new/edit. The middle is the events view, which you can split up into days. And at the bottom we've got some delete, load and save functions. The first thing we need to do is to start building our new event. So hit the browse button and browse to where you saved your sequence. Now we can set our start time, which we want to be. For the purpose of this video, I'll call on the hour. Then we set our start date, which is the date the event is valid from, and our expiration date. This means that if I say set this to tomorrow, the sequence will play out every day on the hour until tomorrow, when it would stop and never play out again. This is useful for things that do expire, like offers or movie trailers. Now I want to set the repetition to every hour. This means that every hour on the hour, this will play out. The immediate start option means that if a track is playing, that track will get faded and stopped, and our sequence will start playing immediately. We don't want to use this in this case. Next, we need to make sure that we enable the event, otherwise it won't go out. The active days means we can select what days we want it to play out on. So say if I only wanted to play this out on a Friday, I could deselect all the other days and it would only play out on a Friday. You can insert special elements, but we don't need to do this for this event. When you're happy with your event, press insert and it gets inserted into the view at the bottom. So as you can see, it's an event called My Event. The type is a sequence. It's only active on a Friday. It repeats every hour. It doesn't expire. It always starts. The start type is normal and it's enabled. That means it's ready to go. So all you've got to do now is hit OK, put Director into automate mode, and wait until the hour. So as you can see, our sequence was inserted straight away on the hour. So we started with our ident, got into rotation element, then our separator, rotation element again, and then the outro. Now there's 2 ways to set and edit cue points in Director. You can either hit the cue points button on the right hand side to open up the editor and load a track, or you can right click on a track from the playlist or rotation view and press the edit track cue points button in the context menu. This loads the track straight up. There we can see we've got a waveform as well as some timing information down the side and across the bottom. We've got some trim, some audio track details. We've got a pre-listen level as well as a audio spectrum, as well as some other controls which I'll be going through now. So to set your start, intro, and mix points, hit play, and then press set in the appropriate point. I'm not going to set these accurately for the purposes of this video. Now to recall a point, just hit the get button and it'll immediately jump back to it. If you want to reset a point because it's in the wrong place, for example my start position, hit reset, it gets taken back to 0. If you want to edit a point, you can nudge it using the nudge buttons left and right here. So we can move intro along a little bit. So at the bottom we can see we can enable voice track. If this is ticked, it means that the current track will act as a voice track. This also enables no voice track overlap, so voice tracks won't be overlapped by sweepers or other music. We can set a mix point pre-roll of up to 30 seconds, as well as auto detection of silence on load. This answers at the start and the end. We can also set it to always start from the intro point that we've set here. Over here, we've got a fade type. This means that when it reaches the mix point, how should it fade? Should it be slow, fast, cut, normal, or don't fade at all? And at this side we've got silence detection. This means that when audio surpasses the level set here and goes beneath the level set here, the software can automatically set the start, mix and end points. That's all for this video. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to use instant players. Thank you.